Every single time I've talked about hang-on back filters, I've said the Seachem title is #1 by far, but Fluval is #2. And if the Fluval Aquaclear made one change, it could quite possibly become the #1 filter, in my opinion, on the market. Did they make that change? Let's find out. Hey folks, I'm John with KeepFishKeeping.com, and today I have for you the brand new Aquaclear. The Aquaclear has been known for several things, and there are some issues with the Aquaclear that I have highlighted, and others. I'm not going to act like I'm the only one. And these are things that, to me, weren't exactly deal breakers, but they were kind of deal breakers when you consider that you have the Seachem title out there that doesn't have those same issues. Now, I gotta clarify something here real quick. I was sent 2 different filters. I was sent the AC50 and the 110. These are very different filters. The 110s obviously are bigger, they're made to handle more volume, but also they're different in design. The AC110, which is the biggest, meant for a 110-gallon aquarium. You gonna put this by itself on a 110? Probably not. But anyway, that's what it's rated for. And then the 50 is rated for 50 gallons. These are different, not only in size, but they're also different in design. I've been running this filter on my 20-gallon aquarium in my house for well over a month. This one is very different. The smaller sizes, the 70 all the way down to the whatever the smallest size is, the lid on that filter is different than this. The lid on those filters is a little bit more curved. Instead of it being that perfectly flat lid like the Aquaclear was kind of known for, it snaps on a little bit more securely, and it has the holes at the top. Those holes are there for a purpose. It allows for airflow to stop that vibrating. And I will say, I've been running the AC, what is it again, 50. I've been running it for a month on my tank in there. It sits right next to me. I have not heard any vibration whatsoever from that lid. So that is a huge plus. But on the AC110s, it is different. It is not the same design. It is a little bit more sloped than what you're used to seeing on the Aquaclears, but it does not have those vent holes. But it does fit securely. It fits nicely. I have not run this filter yet. However, if it's anything like the AC50 that I have been running, we're not going to have any issues with vibration. Now, that is a minor issue. It's a minor issue that didn't bother me all that much. Annoying, yes, but you can resolve it by putting something on top of it, or just take the lid off completely. That problem goes away. But there was a couple more issues. One of them I just dropped on the floor. Carl, did you take it? Carl, what did you do with it? Where'd you put that? Yeah, that was your fault, Carl. It wasn't his fault. I dropped it and it went under this rack. That was kind of annoying. Now, here's the thing. This tube here, which is what hooks into the filter and then goes down into your aquarium, used to be very squared off on the original Aquaclear. And you can see now it's got a nice little, almost like a horseshoe kind of a thing to it. I think they may even call this something like the U-tube or something. No, it's not YouTube, is it? It can't be YouTube. It's got to be copyright infringement on that. I don't know what they call it. It doesn't matter. It's the thing that attaches to the filter that brings the water into it. With this new sloped design, that's supposed to help with one of the biggest issues with this filter. But it doesn't stop there. If you recall on the old Aquaclears, when you attached these extension hose tubes, you basically got in the box 2 of these. These are nice. It's got a cute little strainer on the end. That's cool and all. But if you can imagine having one of these here and then another identical tube put over top of it, what ends up happening? Things get through and they get stuck halfway through this tube and they get caught up in that strainer and the tube actually clogs up. That's hugely annoying. Nobody likes that. Well, they took care of that issue. It's as simple as removing that strainer tip so that you don't have that anymore. And they included one other thing. I just have to find it. They included this, which is a gift to all hang on the back filters. They include, I don't know any other manufacturers that are doing this, they include a pre-filter for that. I love pre-filters on hang on the back filters. They're very nice, but I do have to caution you, they can clog up pretty quickly. You have to think about it, especially if you have this in a planted tank like I do. If you're testing plants from farms that you're not familiar with, and they tend to melt back really bad and a lot of slimy things go up into the filter, this is going to catch that before it goes into the filter, prolonging the duration of time that you need to take between maintenance. That's a good thing. However, if this gets completely clogged up, well, guess what's not happening? You're not getting any water to the filter, which means it's not doing anything. This is something you're going to want to clean out regularly. You're going to want to have this on your rotation of something to do every few days, maybe once a week. Depends on your tank, your feeding habits, your stocking levels, all that kind of stuff. But I love the fact that they include this in here. I wish everybody did this, but you do need to know. You need to clean it pretty often. Now, just like with its predecessor, the AC110 has the removable tray, and all of them have the removable tray. This one is different, though, than what is with all of the ones that are smaller. Again, the AC110 is very similar, very, very similar to its predecessor. The biggest, most dramatic changes that you're going to find are with the AC70 and smaller. In there, this tray is very different. It has a little divider in here so that you actually put the media vertical on the front and on the back. I like that. Why? I don't know. I just do. I like the way that is. But with the 110, you're going to lay them on the sponge the same way you did the old one. This does come with 2 of each of these, so it makes it very simple. This is a very easy design. The other, where you stand it up vertically, is also easy. I'm sure there's going to be people that are going to have a problem with that, because there's people that just like to have a problem with things. Me, I don't. I like how they stand up vertically in the other ones. I just think it makes it easy. The sponge, this sponge, look at this thing. Come on, give me a break. This sponge is insane. It's huge. This is bigger than any sponge filter. It's all about size. You know that, right? Fluval has got the title with the size. Fluval's bigger. That's what she said. So you're wondering what I talked about in the beginning of this video. Did they make the change? Did they make the change that John from KG Tropicals was saying they needed to make, that would take this filter from being number 2 to the CChem title to being at least tied for number 1? No, they didn't make that switch. And it makes me crazy. I don't understand why they didn't. And my guy at Fluval, my contact there, when I had my Zoom meeting with him talking about these filters, before he did any, I said, hey, hold on. Before you say anything, did you put the pump in the tank? And he said, no, I'm sorry. And he gave his rationale for it, and it made sense. I still wish they would have done that. I wish they would have done that. The main reason why I wish they would have done that is because it makes this filter a self-priming filter. It is for power outages, and it is for ease of the pump. It's easier to push the water back than it is to pull the water from all the way down here up into the tank. It's just easier. And so when the power goes out, and if you live in a rural area like I do, your power goes out regularly. If that happens, when the power goes back on, the filters immediately kick back on. You don't have to worry about a thing. I used to have like 12 Aquaclears, AC110s, the older version of this I used to have running in my fish room back in 2010 when we had it in our garage. And if there was a power outage during the day when I was at work, I would come home and at least half of them would not be started back up again, because it just wasn't powerful enough to pull that water back into it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the primary reason why I like the pump inside. Don't listen to this nonsense from other people that say the vibration sound that's in the water is going to bother the fish. Get out of here with that. The pump is pumping water regardless of where it is. If there's a vibration, it's going to be the same as it is if the pump is back here than if it's in the tank. That's ridiculous. I don't understand anyone that would argue that having the pump back here is better. I just can't. I can't go with that argument. But is the fact that the pump is back here a deal breaker for me? I've thought long and hard on this. I have done my tests with my pump or with my filter in my tank in my house. I will show you footage of this. I have gone to it and unplugged it and left it unplugged for 10 minutes and plugged it back in, simulating a power outage. And I can tell you this, I'm sorry to be giving you such brutal honesty. It restarted every single time without fail. They have reworked the pumps. It's a new fancier pump. I don't know. Elon Musk designed it or something. I don't know what's special about it because I'm not a pump builder. Does it pump the water? Yeah, okay, then I like that pump. That's how I rate pumps. I don't know what it is that they've done. I don't know the engineering behind it, but they have done work to these pumps to make them quieter, make them more powerful, and make them push more water. And I have not had any issues at all simulating power outages. Had to do it that way because our power hasn't gone out since I've had that filter. Now, there's a few reasons why it does that. One, my tank is filled all the way up beyond the black trim. Some people like to run their water down below. I hate that for two reasons. One, it makes too much of a waterfall sound. It makes me have to pee all the time. And secondly, if the power does go out and it comes back on, the water's all the way down here. And unless you're using a filter that has the pump in there, it's not going to restart. So I have mine filled all the way up. And the second is the redesign of this horseshoe thing. That's the other thing that I was told that helps with that. It's a smoother transition to get over this little knuckle here. It's easier to do that than on the older version. So they addressed the power outage issue, which was the #1 argument against the Aquaclear. They did address it two different ways: more powerful pump, better design for the intake tube, when all they had to do was anyway, I'm not going to make that argument. They did address it in two different ways. And again, it has not been an issue for me at all with that AC50. I'm going to be using this in a tank in a project coming up in the very near future. So that's why I haven't run this one yet. You'll see. It's coming and it's going to be very special. Part of the Boxes of Water series. These folks are getting a brand new Aquaclear. But anyway, there's a couple more things here to talk about. One is the plastic. This is something that was one of the very first issues that was brought up to me by my guy at Fluval, is that it is more flexible. The plastic on the original Aquaclear was a lot more rigid, a lot more susceptible to cracks. If you're walking by and you bump it because you're a klutz and you like walking behind your aquariums, it could break. There is a lot more flexibility to this now, like the title has. I think the title is even more flexible, but there's flexibility to that, which is very nice. There is the adjustment of the water flow. However, again, going back to my guy, Rady's Rides, I do have to give it a zonk. I have to give it a zonk for one thing, and they're all this way. It's not just the AC110. There used to be a little, for lack of a better word, nipple that stuck up through the lid that you make your adjustments. And when I say adjustments, I'm talking about the water flow, the flow of water going through there. You just do it. It was easy. Can't do that with any of the current Aquaclears. You have to remove the lid and then you can adjust your water flow. I mean, come on. We're talking about first world problems here. It's really not that big of a deal to do it, but you can do it. Now, they addressed the issue with the power outages. They didn't do it the way I wanted them to do it, but they did do it. They adjusted the lid. They solved the lid issue on the Aquaclears, all of them. I think the lids on the smaller versions look really, really good. The improvements that they've made to the tray is really good. So basically, every single complaint that people had about this filter, they have addressed. They didn't address it exactly the way I wanted it to, but it is addressed nonetheless, and I applaud them for that. And I gotta tell you, the Aquaclear filter has been my number 2 forever. Is it gonna stay my number 2, or is it gonna take over the number 1 spot from the CChem title? Drum roll, please. No, it's not gonna take over from the title. However, I will tell you that just like it has always been, it is a very, very close second to the CChem title. And I am impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed with it. I was impressed with it when I saw it on paper. I was impressed with it when I got my hands on it. I was impressed with it when I put it into an aquarium and actually started using it, maintaining it, seeing how it operates, seeing how it performs, and it performs like a powerhouse, exactly like you expect a Fluval filter to do. So because of that, because of all of these improvements that they've made, we've decided we're going to carry them on our website. Yes, you heard me correctly. We will be carrying the Aquaclear entire line, including all of the media, as soon as it's available to us. At the time of recording this video, we don't have them yet because nobody has them yet except for some of the big box stores, which, you know, don't go there to buy them. Wait for it. Wait for it from us. But they haven't released it for the common brick and mortar stores or online retailers or anything like that. In fact, they're actually very strict about who can sell it online. I'm very honored that they allow us to do that. As soon as they are available for us, we will have them on the website. So understand that if we don't have them yet, your local fish store doesn't have them yet either. But I would encourage you, just like I always do, if you are going to buy an Aquaclear filter, go to your local fish store. I'd love for you to order it from us, but I only want you to order it from us if your local fish store doesn't have them. They're coming, and as soon as we have them, they will be in the description of this video. In fact, I'll make the fancy little thing where you can click on the video and it'll be right there, and you can order your Aquaclears along with all of the media options that they have available. I'm gonna copy my boy Jason. Hey, there's a reason why we are podcast partners. The Tank Talk podcast, in case you haven't heard of it. I'm gonna copy my boy Jason, and I'm gonna do a long-term review, follow-up review of this filter, probably 7-8 months from now, and give you an idea of how it's been running, including updates from the person that I install that filter on their tank. It's very cool. Like I said, part of our Boxes of Water series. If you're not familiar with that, it's something that we're just getting off the ground running. Lisa and I travel the country. We go to people, we tell their stories about their aquariums, and we help them with their problems if they have them. And the one that filter is going on, oh boy, wait till you see that one. Subscribe if you want to follow along with that. Become a channel member if you want to see behind the scenes footage of all of those projects that we do. We got a lot of them in the works. Very exciting things happening. But while we're just getting it up off the ground running, there's no way we can do those videos every single week. So when we don't have one, we'll be doing videos like this, kind of filling the gaps between those. Anyway, I'm rambling now. I thank Fluval. Thank you for sending me these. Thank you for improving on a product that was already really, really good. I like it a lot. We're going to carry it on our website. That's how much I like it. I just wish you had made that one change. Anyway, but it's still a great filter. It always has been, but it's even better now, and that's huge. So yeah, there you go. Thank you all so much. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you got something out of it. I got to clean this mess up now. We'll see you on the next one.